people there waiting. So we'll start streaming, and then once you see it there, let's see, stream health.
This is scary. It's like...
Yeah, because you don't... Excellent. Straight, yeah, record button's on.
You have to, how's the drink going?
Well, it's up there, mate.
I'll grab one. Still.
There you go. Oh, it's a bit jerky.
Is it?
Well, it's a little bit to the people, but, you know, I don't know. Hopefully the sound's going to be alright. Oh, no, it looks alright. It looks alright there. Alright. Hey. Oi. Alright, so, just for your early people that are... Oh, that looks alright. It's a little bit jerky, but let's see what happens. Alright, so we're going to... most people aren't used to us actually starting at 8 o'clock because we piss fart around and put videos on, which we can't do anymore. I'll explain that a bit later. But start something, mate, and we'll just get going.
Off you go.
Simone, are you doing... but are you doing the what's the name?
I'm typing.
Oh, Simone's typing. She's typecasting. Oh, Whitey's there.
How do you get to tell he's on?
Because there's a live chat. But Simone's doing it from back there. Give us a little, I'm going to do a little bit of something in G and just give us a little bit of solo-y kind of...
Go on.
In the evening, when the sun go down, you won't find me, baby. Won't find me hanging around. No nightlife ain't no good life, baby, but it's mine. Many people just like me, just dreaming about old times that used to be. Overnight life ain't no good life, baby, but it's mine. Tell me that, come on. You're gonna do this to me straight up. People that love me, oh, they're still dreaming about, baby, old times that used to be. Old night life ain't no good now, baby, but it's mine. ladies and gentlemen, we're glad you could make it. This is one of my brothers. This is Guy Gauss, and so glad you could make it
Thank
with
you,
us.
mate.
Yeah,
Thank you.
having me back since season 1, and actually you were one of our very, very first guests, and it's so good that you can make it back now that we're in our wonderful studio with
It's nice. It's nice.
incredible backdrop.
Guitars and
And
cases.
I've got white hair since the last time.
I had hair last time I was here. Yeah.
All right, we're even. All right, so tonight's going to be an absolute cracker of a show because we're going back to where we started, which is basically nothing works, as those of you that may have tuned in the last couple of weeks. I don't know why. I come in yesterday. I tried to get it all going. Okay, my computer's too old and too slow to run all the stuff that we wanted to do. I've accepted that. And so we're just going back to one mic, one camera, a couple of good blokes, and a mad woman in the background's going to come on a little bit later.
Go on.
So I just wanted to say one thing before we started. I'm friend of the show, brother of mine, and a guy who's just earned everything he's ever got. His name's Matt West. He's one of our most popular guests. He's heading back on the road with Placebo this week, and for him to, it's the whole, the plague thing that destroyed a lot of bands touring. Anyway, he's back on deck.
Right.
He's packed his stuff up. He's ready to go, and we just wish you all the best, Matt, and we know you're going to kill it. He does all the biggest venues in the world, and we think he'll come back when he returns and give us a full report on how awesome it all was. And please send us some photos on the way, and we'll show them on our podcast. No, we're just so happy and proud and just stoked for you, mate. So go kill him, kid. We love you. All right. So that said, Guy,
Mick.
you've been doing a little bit of stuff yourself.
Yep.
So it's been 2 years since you've been on the show.
Can't believe it.
I know.
Can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
It feels like a week.
You've been having fun. You've been having fun.
Yeah.
So, but for those of you that don't know, Guy Gee, stage name. Well, you are Guy Gee. Guy is in a duo with this wonderful singer and person, Gina Williams. She's just completely awesome. And they've been, basically travelling Australia, the world, introducing people to songs that basically have the Noongar language. Is that correct? Like,
Yeah, I mean that's our thing is to try and share the language of the land.
Yeah.
When you go to France, what do you speak? French. When you go to Germany, what do you speak? German. When you come to Perth, what do you speak?
someone else's language.
Yeah. It's really important.
We don't even speak English good.
It's really important. After a couple, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to butt in with a few questions. So, I'd like to know. So, and I'm going to make some assumptions and tell me if I'm wrong. So, Gina is a Noongar woman.
Yep.
Did she grow up speaking Noongar? Did
No.
she had to relearn her own language?
Yep.
And I'm guessing that when I hear her sing it, it sounds like the real stuff.
Yeah.
So was that something she was learning from a child, or did she have to start learning as an adult, or how did that happen?
Look, to preface this, we believe in fighting for, not against.
Mm-hmm.
So Gina's mum was not allowed to speak her language. She was beaten in the mission. She was removed as a kid and put into a mission.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
And so were her grandparents and so forth. So Gina didn't grow up learning her language, but she went back and reclaimed that when she found out that she was, her story is incredible.
I got a little bit of it.
So when she found out that she, who she was, biologically at the age of about 18 or 19, she went back and learnt her language, and much later, and it's authentic when she sings it. And we both come from a background working with kids, and to hear kids using language previously to try and circumvent the police and negative sort of usage, we found that kids were, when we first started doing school workshops.
Oh, so we're using it so other people couldn't understand. Right,
in
right.
a negative thing. So when
Greek people do that.
Okay, I've seen that recently. Yeah. So when Gina and I started doing school things about 12 years ago, we saw kids getting actually shamed. Oh, don't say that.
Oh, really?
So now, 600 schools later, we see kids going, "It's my language."
That's cool.
And it's an incredible shift. And we're sort of.
Well, you're at the forefront of that fundamental change in how people approach it.
Yeah.
For example, I've started listening to, I'm pretty sure it's 100.9.
Yep.
That's Noongar Radio.
Yep.
Now, so when I basically go from 585 News Radio to Noongar Radio.
Yeah.
And one of the things I liked about Noongar Radio was there's sections during the day where they teach you the words.
Yep.
So, and unfortunately, I can't off the top of my cup, but I remember learning wrist, hand, finger, arm, and unfortunately it didn't sink in. But the fact that they're actually teaching you, teaching everybody, anyone that tunes in, like what the body parts are and the names of things is like super cool. And I'm in the car going, oh, I don't want to say it wrong, so I won't say it. But I thought that was really cool. And I think also with Noongar Radio that there is, okay, look, let's be honest, there's some stuff that's not great that's on there, some bands that just don't. But I reckon it's the most street level what's going on station on FM. Like, you hear some really cool stuff. I hear kids, like, when I say kids, they're in their 20s, they're adults, talking about, and the way, their lingo that they speak and stuff. So I would just want to say that, don't skip over that station. It's 100.9. And some of the best music I've heard in the last couple of years has been on that station.
You know who helped set that up?
No.
Gina.
Oh, well, congratulations, Jack.
From day one.
It's really cool. It's really, really cool. And I never heard of skip hop before. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, so skip hop is Australian rap.
Okay, because skip.
Right.
Okay, I got
it. So they've kind of got this
Yeah.
Aboriginal Lebanese. Most of it comes from Sydney.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of crossover.
Not heard of it. Yeah.
Oh man, it's happening.
I actually don't listen to the radio much at all, except Noongar Radio actually. Yeah.
Well, I listen to AM or and then
and RTR. I listen to RTR.
Yeah, RTR, of course. But I'm just saying, people go, I don't know what I want to listen to. Just leave it on for 20 minutes, because I reckon in 20 minutes you'll hear something cool.
But do you know you speak language?
Do I?
You just don't know. Nolamar.
No.
It's a kangaroo paw.
Is that right?
Karanut.
No.
What's Karanut?
Well,
Taste of the spider.
okay, I didn't know that.
Wagen. Taste of the emu. Kilobaran.
Okay, I think, can you tell me if I just gave Steffi, my wife, her daughter and her boyfriend just came and stayed with us? Can you please tell me if I gave them the wrong information? I said any word that ends with up means that there's water there.
Place off.
Water?
No.
Oh, God, I gave my bum steer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a misconception. So Gina's the best person to talk to about this.
All right, well, next time...
up means is generally place off.
Place off, okay. All right, so I was just going to... Because I thought, there's Lake Karen up. And there's everywhere that I thought there was an up, there was water. Okay, so I'll just send a polite email just saying, don't listen to anything. I haven't said. But, but you know what? So I know Gina's been in the studio and on tour and she's rinsed out. But next time, well, whenever she can,
so
she
sends her apologies. We've just been.
She doesn't have to apologise.
She's been on tour and it was just incredibly busy.
So where were you? Okay, let's go there. Where were you?
Okay, so we played the Port Fairy Folk Festival.
Where's that?
In Port Fairy in Victoria.
Okay.
It's massive. So it's a big folk festival. So we played that one in 2020, and then the world changed. And it was a traumatic time for everyone, but it was a tricky time also for us because we just finished spending 3 years recording, developing this launch ready to go, and we actually were Artist of the Year Port
know.
Fairy Folk
Oh.
Festival. We launched, we hit the ground, then the next day, bang,
The world shut down.
bang, bang.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that. Not to
Ah.
not to that level, but yeah.
You know, and you know what it's involved. You know, trying to change flights and trying to get your money back and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, so we went back to Port Fairy. That was
Still-
great. We played the Melbourne Recital Centre, which is
Wow.
fantastic. Got to meet Bella Fleck and see his gig.
Oh,
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know Bella Fleck, he plays the banjo with all the different sounds, doesn't
He
he?
is
Unbelievable.
from a different planet.
Unbelievable.
planet.
Yeah, that's next level.
They're next
hey?
level.
So you played with those guys?
No, we didn't play with them. No.
But
no.
you played on the same bill as them?
No, we were at the Melbourne Recital Centre. We were playing in the salon, which is a beautiful venue,
Yeah.
and he was playing in the main room, which is shaped like an inside of a cello. It's a wonderful. It's the best standing room I've ever.
See, he's like the most modern thing that I can put on that kind of romantic warrior return to forever, that like
He
kind of
is.
chick career, and how
Yeah, man.
oh man,
And-
like okay, it's not for everyone, but if you're into music and you want
Oh
to
my
see, you
God.
want to see where they're at now,
Yeah.
the highest level guys. He's
I've never seen anything like it.
Listen.
And banjo, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm from the hills, but but it's a different
well,
thing.
he's got like
Oh.
a digital pickup or something where he can
Yeah.
access all these different sounds.
Yeah, he wasn't playing that. I actually had one of those on my guitar, but he wasn't actually doing that. This kid.
wasn't he?
He had his wife playing, his kid playing, and he was playing this
So that's a cheap way to get a band around.
this stuff going on, and she was tap dancing and not just, and she was singing this consonant rhythm.
So
it was-
she's playing drums and singing.
she's actually tapping this counter rhythm while he's playing this like 5,
What was the
4,
kid? What was the
7.
kid? What was the kid doing?
He was singing along as well.
Jesus.
It was there was Russell Holmes. You know Russell Holmes, the piano player, like the genius.
Yes, I do.
And Russell was just going like, "What
Yeah.
on earth is this?
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible."
Yeah, well, that is. It's next level. Well, it's not next. It's like these people that play at that level. I think they're. I don't know. They're different. You know, they're different. Just
He practiced a lot.
yeah, but just the fact that his brain can process stuff. Sure, you have to practice.
Yeah.
You know, but the when you listen to the syncopation and
There was something he was doing, like a guitar play. He was doing this.
Go on, give us a shit.
I can't do it.
Oh,
He was doing the 3/4 thing. So he was accenting on the one. Well, his second finger is going.
across it. Yeah.
And the other one was doing like this.
Bullshit.
Then there's like this 7/4 thing. And he made music. It was musical. It wasn't just a gimmick. It was
What about
musical.
the poor guys that have to play with? I've only actually heard him play in 5 or 6 piece bands where they've got like the hottest horn player and the hottest keyboard player, the best young
Can you
drummer.
imagine the guy on his honeymoon night trying to keep a constant
yeah.
rhythm?
It's just like the guy on his psychiatric treatment before and after the first gig. All right, so tomorrow night you got to do it again. That is unbelievable.
So after the Melbourne Recital Centre, we did a couple of house concerts. We did a school. Went over to Victoria, New South Wales, played Blue Mountains Folk Festival.
So is this just the two of you?
Yeah.
Wow.
The first half was with Russell Holmes on piano.
With you and Gina?
Yep.
Wow.
And that was great. We did some great gigs at Port Fairy. We got to
Where does he live now? Just
Russell's in Perth.
all right.
Yeah,
I
he's-
thought he was a
yeah,
Perth guy.
yeah,
I thought,
he's-
I
he's-
just wondered if he moved over there.
He's
Yeah.
a legend, no. And we played those gigs, and then we did the rest of it by ourselves. So we did New South Wales, did Blue Mountains, and then Sydney, and then back, and we're off to Canberra next week.
So, okay, just let's just talk about you because get some guitar people here. So you don't use octave pedals or any? Do you?
I do.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are like? So you play this? What? Hang on. Back up. What's this guitar that this has been custom made for you, and it's one of the most beautiful instruments I've ever seen.
Yeah,
So
it's
tell us,
lovely. It is
tell us
lovely.
about
It
it.
is lovely.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so I played a gig quite a few years ago with Rose Parker, actually.
Huh,
I played a gig with
Rose Park was
yeah.
on our guitar
Yeah.
retreat.
Rose is incredible, and
Oh.
and I was playing a gig with her. We did a support for Lloyd Spiegel.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's a great player, and I'm glad we were first.
Yeah, you know what going up. Oh, you
But-
would have held your own, but
And
yeah.
and Lloyd was really complimentary, and we struck up a friendship after that. And Arun, who's from Fremantle,
Look, is that the percussion guy?
percussionist, yeah,
I played with
he was playing with Lloyd at the time. Yeah,
Basil and I at the Blues Club.
yeah. Great.
Yeah, he's a
yeah.
great
Yeah,
guy.
great guy.
Great
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, yeah.
And he's from
cool.
the same
Wow.
town as my dad
Oh shit.
back
Okay.
in Malaysia. So
Oh.
and one day Lloyd called me up and said, do you want to can we support you in any way? So we were touring with Archie Roach at the time.
Be a bit of a name dropper, guy.
No, but God bless.
No.
God bless.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Him and Gina go way back, so it's not. It's.
I know. Sorry, I mean.
No,
yeah.
but no.
You are, but I'm
He's
just saying.
he's we were touring in the So anyway, so I've got a few of these guitars, but Court. This one's called Court.
What do you mean you got a few of these guitars?
Of these Cole Clarks.
Yeah, but not that one.
No. I've got this. Just
That's
one.
your
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but I've got a couple of others which will
Yeah.
build.
Yeah. Okay.
The reason why I like Cole Clark guitars, apart from the pickup system, like Cerebral,
They don't feed back, do they?
it just feels like I'm playing acoustically. It feels like the guitar's larger without sounding artificial.
Can I ask you? Can I have a go?
Yeah.
Because
This is very new, so it's not really.
I've had not that I don't like, never like. I've always liked them, but I've found them to be they're tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're,
Designed to be plugged in.
they're stage guitars.
Yeah.
So. Okay. That's all. I just wanted to feel that.
Look,
Yeah.
I believe. And
Cool.
You can agree or disagree, but the more resonant a guitar is, the more live it is, the harder it is to amplify that at large volumes.
Absolutely.
When you're playing festivals and when you got 2 seconds to sound check, you got to plug in, and you got someone on the foldback who doesn't know what's going on, you're in a world of trouble.
You need one of them.
But
And you don't use a whole plug?
no.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I do. Depends.
But generally you don't.
Yeah, if it's a big stage, and you haven't got chances.
What's a whole plug? Tell people what a whole plug is.
It's a rubber diaphragm thing you put on here to stop the sound going back in.
Yeah.
But these guitars, as you know, I don't even know they've got the Spanish heel. You know how that works?
No, I've got no idea.
So, and this is the most important thing. Going from Broome, from 90+% humidity coming down to Perth,
Yeah.
the guitars move.
Yes.
Yeah, they move. These heels don't join here. They're going about here.
Right
extends
through
from
here.
which some may say
Kills the
compromises sound.
tone.
I haven't noticed that because
Nah.
to me, and the thing about these guitars is that I can go anywhere in the world. If something goes wrong with this guitar, I can go on, pick one up off the shelf, and it plays the same.
That's
Their
unbelievable.
attention to details is incredible. So, I apart from changing the gauge string, I use 14s.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, it's not insane, that's heavy. For people that don't know, on an acoustic guitar, a medium gauge, which is probably what I would use, would be 13 to 54, maybe 12 to 52.
You did 14 to 58.
58.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's heavy.
But I love to.
Yeah, you got to sustain. It's beautiful. I mean, but just aesthetically looking at it, like, so you've got these. Is this mother of pearl? Is that what, or is that
Abalone.
abalone?
I think that's mother of pearl. And this is Australian blackwood, and it's all sustainable woods.
Wow.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, you just want to just do that. It's a beautiful instrument, and it sounds incredible. And so, how did you manage to smile and get one for yourself that's just for you?
Oh, I just asked. Hey, look, we've got this new album out, which is Court, and I love a guitar that's made which is Court, which means heart.
Court means is it in Noongar?
Yeah, and
Court.
it's a latest album, and it's Gina's biographical story, and it's a very important story, and we believe.
What's going on with her that when you meet her, she's just such a there's so much depth to her, but at the same time when you meet her, she's just so approachable and so. I mean, because I've seen what she started to wear now, and she actually looks like a queen.
Yeah. Well, she is a queen.
She looks
I mean
like...
it, I mean it.
Oh,
And
no, I'm just saying,
she
she
is.
looks like a fucking... No, she looks like a queen.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just
Yeah, but
like, jeez.
The interesting thing is that we do a lot of schools, a lot of kids, and quite often we go into schools and the teachers will say, you know, these kids, you got to be careful of these kids, they're a bit dysfunctional. And it's funny, when kids have been traumatized, when they can meet someone, and kids don't underestimate them.
They've got a good radar.
They can see someone who's been on the journey,
Yeah.
and within seconds, they're giving Gina a hug, and the teachers can't believe it. And this is not once, twice. I'm talking I'm talking 600 schools.
Birds of a feather.
And she has a there is something which I can't quite put my finger on. And of all the gigs that we do, we've done, I don't know how many gigs we've done together. There's still about 15%. I don't know what she's going to come up with. She's so present. She's very present.
She's very. She'll go as far as you want to when you speak with her. So when I first met her, it's yeah, great, and then I started speaking with her about the music, and then she goes, well, how much do you really want to know about this? And I said, well, okay, give it to me. And then she's the full bottle, and then I see her. Yeah, with you.
I'm not out of the camera.
No, you probably are off camera. I've got a big head. It's a great combo, and it's fantastic. And the thing is you, when you're not doing this, you work with kids, don't you? Do you still do that?
No, I haven't done that for 7 years since I'm full time with Gina.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that was quite traumatic for you, though, wasn't it?
It wasn't at the time.
But looking back, or
it's like when I used to do door work. You take a hit, you don't feel it straight away.
Yeah.
But a couple of days later, you go, oh, geez, I got hit.
And do you see that in kids when you're doing your gigs and you recognise perhaps? I
think the world's changed for the positive. I think.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's really changed. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kids are, the leaders of tomorrow and the classrooms of today.
Absolutely. Hopefully they get the information to make the right decisions.
And we're lucky because we approached the education, and I'm quite happy to say this, we approached the education department. They would have nothing to do with us, but yet all the work that we've got has come from the schools, it's come from the ground. It's been what they need. It's actually been the individuals within those schools who go, we want this in our schools. And that's 600 awesome. Schools later,
right.
and we see 1,000 children a week.
Unbelievable.
At minimum.
Unbelievable.
1,000 children a week. So schools, we do 4 or 5 schools a day. Some schools are 1,000 plus. And one school is but average 400 kids. 3 schools. There's
So I just turned that fan off.
It was loud.
It was quite loud. I didn't realise because I was listening.
And we have an important message, and that is one of equity and equality and understanding and realising that you're on the land here, and let's move forward and embrace it. Someone very clever said, in case you missed it the first time, that was you.
That was last time, wasn't it?
That was you.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. My family comes from refugees, so we don't have history. So our history is lost. Yeah. So our history starts from when my grandparents got off a boat in Darwin with a chisel and a set and a ruler and a thing. So, lost history, lost culture is something that's not lost on me.
No,
if you know what I mean.
It's in your DNA.
So we to re-embrace and relearn your language. So Simone and I, like you heard us talking, like we try to speak Greek as much as we can, but
I love it.
We don't. We do know a little bit enough to have a joke or whatever.
Now, when you do that and you feel this connection, how do you feel?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
so
really
you can
cool.
You can imagine people from this land have been doing it for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I mean, there's a connection and
it's a uniting feeling.
And language is of the land.
I think it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt just to have maybe one period a week where people learn the basic words of, like, for example, when I go touring. And I go to Czech Republic where no one speaks English, so you learn hello, goodbye, please, thank you, the numbers, the basic numbers, and then from there you expand your vocabulary in that place. So it doesn't make, it's not completely crazy that kids might want to learn the language from the area that they're from. Just simple stuff like, this is, my name is da da da. You're like when you learn French or German or whatever in school, it probably wouldn't hurt to put it in the curriculum. I don't know.
Well,
is that a big deal?
Actually, you've touched on a really important point. When I first started travelling overseas and going to places where people didn't speak English in Europe, I found that I was really concerned about communicating.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the language; it was my body language and trying to connect with communication.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all about.
It is.
That's exactly what we do with music.
I think that the music definitely crosses boundaries. I think as well that's what's really, for myself, obviously I'm a musician, so I'll have that connection with an audience, whatever. But when you come off stage, you're at the bar and people go, hey, you did a great gig in their language, and you kind of get a positive. And then somehow with your face or with something, you can make people laugh, or you have humour is very important. And if you can have you can boast someone, you don't know anything of each other's language, but you can tap a guy on the shoulder and you can have a laugh. It's almost like the musical connection. I think humour is so important.
Well,
you know,
there's a wonderful thing on the Chaser when he's talking about that Fanny Schmeller thing. Have you seen that?
The guy on that.
And all of a sudden the name's not funny anymore. It's his reaction.
Him laughing. Yes,
it's that human connection.
His mind.
So look, Gina and I realised a long time ago, and especially myself, because I was always about trying to play guitar in a certain way that would touch the note with those who knew what I was doing and all that crap.
Yeah.
And I was playing this scale over that. I've forgotten all that sort of stuff, and I'm not really into it anymore.
Yeah.
And I couldn't care less, and I mean that with all respect.
Yeah.
all we're really concerned about is if we can make people feel
good,
emotionally connected as we do, because this world needs it.
It's our job as entertainers.
Yeah.
It's our job.
We're a conduit to something.
So I think people's everyone's life's so hard, so complex. So I've got to pay the bills, got to pay my. Sometimes just to have a laugh and to listen to, I don't know. It's hard because the guys today, we've got a record player here in the shop. The guys are listening to one of the old Dylan albums or something.
Yeah.
And what's that? Where are you, my blue-eyed son?
Yeah.
And and I just was listening to it, and I just listened to it in the background, and I kind of think, where are these songs?
Yeah.
You know, where are you? Oh, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. I think that's the song. I was going, Jesus.
And I'll be totally honest with you, when you see these festivals that we go to, they're still out there.
Yeah,
There's
people.
great songs,
Yeah.
beautiful songwriters. I mean, oh my goodness, I was sitting there watching some shows, and and I go, oh my God, if the world could hear this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that unfortunately, I won't get into a rant, but the last thing this corporate fucking world wants is people that are well educated, balanced, and thinking.
Yeah.
So actually having folk sing, like for the folk singers were the people that made you think. Like folk is like thinking. These people are pushed to the outskirts. Blues makes you feel.
Yeah. Rock
and roll makes you feel. But when you actually have people that articulate lyrics that are poignant and actually like with the magnifying glass, they put the white heat onto certain issues. Those people are no longer heard. You have to go to a Nannup folk festival or somewhere to hear these people.
And, like my favourite band, if I was to go to that deserted island and take one album, it would be probably the Eagles.
Well,
and it's only because as an adult, I really understand their
lyrics.
You know, every problem that we face, they've written about it. You know, the autumn leaves got me thinking about the first time that we fell. You know,
man, there's some great lyrics.
Yeah, you know, I took a little something to make the shadows come to stay. Took a little something to
I
make
like,
them go away.
I like everything all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to learn that. What was it?
Yeah, it's a life in the fast lane. Joe Walsh.
Man, when he goes everything all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been that guy.
He was brutally.
The voice from the dark.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, just because we're going to get, we're not in a hurry. We can take as long as we like. But what do you got coming up with Gina, and what's so you said you've been in the studio. What's going on?
Okay, so we've a couple of years ago we were commissioned by the West Australian Opera to write an opera. We wrote the opera, and that premiered a couple of years ago.
Excuse me. So who charted it out? Who did the arrangements? What instruments are we talking about?
Oh, that's all the adult stuff.
No, but
So-
is it like an orchestra, as in
Yeah.
a classical orchestra, or is it with
Yeah, violins and all that sort of stuff, and all those clever things.
So did you write the actual pathway, and then other people extrapolated?
We wrote
on
the
that, or-
songs. We wrote the songs, and we have a wonderful chap we work with, Dr. Chris Stone, who's a very dear friend of ours. Young guy, he's a genius. And look, Gina and I write the story, and we write the songs, and then we work with people who are much.
Have you got
clever.
recordings of this?
Yeah. And
Well, where do we get it?
it's not available to the public yet. It's down the line. And
Is it video?
Not commercially, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah. So we and what do Gina and I know about writing an opera? We don't. We're not clever. We're not really clever, but we are incredibly passionate about.
Is it about writing a story?
Yeah.
And letting other people flesh it out,
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Well, no.
No?
It's about being true to the integrity of a particular story,
Yeah.
and then using whatever it can to support that, as opposed to enhance it or change it.
So is it based around Gina's vocal and then everything backing the narrator in a way? Or is it that kind of thing?
Yeah. So
that's cool.
And that opera was an incredible story about the magpie and the crow. It's a beautiful old story, and it did really well. And
So
and then
cool.
the opera asked us if we wanted to do another one, and we just thought,
yeah.
well, actually we weren't keen because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, but we took it. We thought, wow. The first thing we wanted to do was to make sure that we had a story that needed to be told, and that was respectful of something which was,
But you must have learned from the first experience of what to expect, or was it a whole different ball game the second time round?
Well, how many songs have you written, Nick? If someone goes, well, how do you write a song? You're going to pause for a second to think about it, aren't you? Because there is no definite answer.
Mine are kind of samey.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know what I mean?
I'm angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's the same subject matter. I'll just talk about myself for a minute. I'm determined, although I can't promise that my next album is not going to be angry.
Yeah.
I'm older now.
Well, it's interesting. So, I mean, like, I've written a song with Gina. It's about her.
That's Simone's chair. She's my... Go, give us a bit of something.
It's really... I'm out of her way.
What chord's that? Oh.
Beatles chord.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
And I'm trying to stay out of her way.
I just got in
but-
your
but-
way.
but- no, but it's an incredibly
Yeah,
heartfelt,
it's about the
angsty
narrator.
song, but you know, music's a clever way of getting from one silence to the next. I believe that.
Did you just say music's one way from getting
It's a
from
clever
clever
way.
way of getting from one silence to the next?
I believe that.
Is that kind of like a more intelligent way of saying less is more?
Because sometimes more is more. You know.
Johnny Ryder said to that
Yeah.
once. He
But
said,
you know, there's plenty of guitar players out there who
shit.
can run circles around what I do. But Gina has a very unique story to tell and
Just
a beautiful language. so-
please, Gina, I know, and it's totally cool that you couldn't make it tonight, but just one, it would be just so great just to have you and Guy, because she is not the counterweight, but she is the center of
Post.
gravity
Yeah,
to the music,
she is.
and not only that, it's just, I mean, you only have to talk to her for like 30 seconds.
But you know
it's-
what's interesting about what's interesting about Gina. You know what she does 99.9% of the time when she's not playing music. She's watching cartoons. That's a happy place.
What were we talking, like Disney or
No. She's really
Looney
into, she's really
Tunes?
into like the Wee Bear Bears and the Teen Titans and that sort of stuff. You know why?
She's an escapist.
She can't handle watching the news because the difference in the news and the cartoons is the cartoons. You can tell who the bad guys are.
Mate, I gave up watching it years ago. But yeah, I mean, I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. I mean, most of the people watching this now are, what do they call them, awake or whatever. They're here because, they want to be here. This is just awesome. So is there anything that you want to promote, or anybody you want to say hi to, or anything that you want to let us know before we do more guitar talk, just about like what you're up to with Gina and your work wise?
Yeah, so we're constantly writing. We're creating some new work. We're working with Gina's daughters who are now getting involved with what we're doing, and who are just
So cool.
incredible singers.
How old are they?
24 and 26.
Are you kidding?
And they are next level singers.
You're kidding.
And but actually, put the singing aside, they're next level human beings.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I got a good mum.
Well, and you know.
I don't know the dad, but I got a good mum.
No, yeah, and it's they're really
Do they harmonise and that?
like you would not.
Oh,
no, I'm
I
not.
was
I'm not.
hoping you were going to say
I'm
that.
not. I'm not just saying this.
No, I was hoping you were.
Like I'm playing on stage with them. We've got a live recording, and I'm just going.
Is that you sniffling in the back,
What
Gregor?
on earth? How
Yeah.
on earth are they so good?
Because they're siblings.
And they grew up with their mum singing, and they grew up singing in harmony.
Man, I just can't wait to hear that
They're
stuff.
just both. Just
I'm really emotionally invested in what's going on.
Yeah.
It's something that I've come in kind of
yeah.
from the side, and
Yeah.
after meeting Gina, I mean, I've known you for
Yeah.
years and years, and you've got your desert.
Oh look,
child,
for those who don't know, like when Mick first came to Brome, when I first saw Mick, I hated him.
Good.
I hated his guts. He was so. It was this handsome chap with his surfy outfit jacket, and he played guitar like I wouldn't believe. And
Yeah,
I just
but
thought,
I was intimidated by. By the way, I didn't hate you. I just thought you were awesome and played great guitar.
and then Mick went into the local arm wrestling comp and he beat everyone in the town. He was just
arm wrestling.
you remember that?
I do actually, because
You beat Boucher, didn't you?
no, I didn't beat Ron Boucher. What happened? I just come out of rowing and I was 17. I was fit and strong,
Man. Yeah.
and there was about 6 heats or whatever to get to the final. And every time you won a heat, you got either a carton of Emu Bitter or those flagons of Bundy. And so I just kept going in it.
Great old days.
And I just, they still got the little cap on the top, but it was a flag. So I was getting a flagon of Bundy every day. It was unreal. And then I got to the final, and it was against Ron Boucher, and who used to be the ruckman for Swan Districts, and was an absolute moose. He was just massive.
He was a particular character, wasn't he? Yeah.
Well, he was a ranger, I think, or something.
He was
like
the health officer for Brome.
that. It wasn't my health officer.
He was the health officer. He was the health officer for Brome.
As I found out later,
Yeah.
Dad goes, "Don't go in it. He'll break your arm." Because a couple of guys used to get their arms broken.
Yeah.
So it was like a
Yeah.
bicycle. It was like a
I remember.
handlebars
Yeah, I
of
remember.
a bike.
I was in it. I was
Yeah,
in it.
right. And so
Yeah.
some guys actually got their arms
Yeah.
actually snapped
Yeah.
off. And Dad's going, "Don't go in as Ron Bouch." And I hated Ron Bouch because
Yeah.
he played for Swans and I was a Claremont supporter and they beat us in '83 and '84. I still have scars on my heart from those two grand finals. But anyway, I'm going, and Dad goes, "Don't go in it. He's going to break your arm." And I went, "I'm going to go in it." And what I found out later is Dad goes to Ron Bouch, "So what do you drink, Ron?" And he goes, "I drink Jack Daniels." He goes, "If you let it go for 30 seconds and don't break my son's arm, you'll win the prize," whatever it was, $500 or whatever it was, "and I'll give you a bottle of Jack's, but please don't break my son's arm. And can you let it go on for 30 seconds just to make a bit of a show of it?" And so I'm there thinking,
I love Baz.
Right, so
Baz,
I'm
I
there
love
going, I think I've got him. And then Boucher looks up and Dad goes, "Is it 30 seconds yet?" And Dad goes, "Yeah." He goes,
It's funny. It's funny what we find out years later. I used to work on the door doing bouncing in Brome, and my dad walked up to the guy who was doing Andy Bubb, and he walks up to the guy and he goes, "Can you look after my son? He plays guitar, and I don't want his fingers to
break
get
his
hurt.
fingers.
So can you make sure that whatever he's doing, he doesn't get into too many scraps?" And I found this out years later.
And so
Our dads are looking after
well,
us.
as you do as your dad,
Yeah.
But how's me? I'm like 17 or 18 thinking I've got a chance of beating Ron Boucher in an arm wrestling contest.
That's right, because you were. How old are you now?
I'm 51.
So I'm 4 years older than you. So I was 19, 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just come out of rowing. I was fit and strong. But the thing with that, when they go take the strain, and what I worked out is most of the guys don't take the strain, and when they go put, you can get them in 2 seconds.
I cheated, and that's why I was able. So I had instead of holding like that, I put my arm like that, so I was pushing it into the ground. I cheated. Yeah.
And there was another. I think it was another year I got to the final, and there was this bouncer who was just juiced up to his eyeballs, and Dad goes, he was left-handed, and I got into the final, and he had to go right-handed, and he still beat me. But getting into the final meant I got like 5 flagons of.
Actually, when it got to the grand final, they were give the prize for the Suzuki Sierra. It was a
pretty serious prize. I was quite happy with my 5 or 6 flagons of Bundy and a couple of $100 for coming second. And Dad's going, "Just thank God you're not in hospital getting your rotor replaced."
Those days, were great days.
Remember they had up there. They had that. Was it the not the Iron Man or whatever? But you went to the rowing. You got a hot carton of piss, and then you had to run down to the Conti and exchange it for a cold carton of piss. Drink that there. Then they gave you a cold carton of piss. Then you had to run to Sade Hut. And then there was this. And by the time the guys got back, they were nearly dead.
Come to Brome and then come see us for the next level of responsible service of alcohol. Yeah.
Pam Beggs got.
Yeah, I remember Pam.
Remember she stopped the wet t-shirt because that was one of Dad's best talents, was pouring ice water over.
It's actually back at the moment, I believe.
Is it back?
Yeah.
Well, anyone can go in it now. We won't go there. But all right, so. This is
back to music.
So you've got your new. I know the live chat's going completely crazy. So well, for everyone, just how great is it to have Guy with us tonight? An absolute legend. Legend Guy, an unbelievable guitar player, and mate to your own mate, your own Cole Clark. So what have you got coming up live-wise?
Okay, so we're off next week to Canberra. We're playing at the National Folk Festival, and we're doing that with
That's so cool.
with Desert Child as well.
All right, so later on, we're not going to talk about who's in Desert Child, but that will come up later in the show.
Yeah.
Part of our quiz.
Yep. So and we've got, I think we've got between now and July, August, about 60 or 70 bookings. It's crazy.
Between now and August.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you're like every day.
Yeah.
So
2 or
how
3
do-
shows a day.
How does
It's
Gina?
cool.
Do you sing at all?
No. It's my gift to humanity not to sing.
So how does Gina go singing every night? Does she look after her voice, or
Yeah,
she
she
does?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's she's but our skill workshops are an hour, and there's lots of it's a template that we have.
Yeah.
We change it around a bit for each school, but it's
Yeah.
but Gina's very she really loves sharing with the kids.
But just actually
loves it.
physically
Yeah.
putting out that amount of
Look, I'm not saying
Yeah.
it because it's Gina, but I've been on stage when she's gone off stage and gone straight to the hospital a number of times. She's a trooper,
yeah.
and I'm not just saying that.
No,
she's,
I mean,
number-
I that's why I asked the question. That's an insane amount of work.
she's incredible. Yeah.
And I only on a couple of occasions in my life done 60 gigs in a row and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and yeah, you end up in hospital.
Yeah. Fix it and keep going. Yeah.
Just go, I've got 60 gigs going. At some point, I'm going to end up in
flesh wound.
hospital.
Flesh wound.
You know, suck out the poison.
Flesh wound. Yeah. No,
Off you go.
but all jokes aside, it's actually not about us, Mick, and I'm not getting all kumbaya.
No,
but it's
no.
about the it's about the kids and the and this language, and it's about yeah, we're just a conduit. We're not really it's not
Well,
about us.
you know what's amazing? Not amazing, but what's refreshing or what's reassuring is that, in my opinion, that's what musicians, poets, even to a point, stand-up comedians are people that just bring it. And not necessarily to the adults, but to the kids, because kids can actually identify bullshit pretty quickly, and they can identify what's real.
Yeah, jump in front of a school of kids, especially the age group between sort of 8 and 15.
They're pretty
And if
switched
you fake it,
they know.
not only do they know, they'll crucify you.
They call you out.
They will absolutely obliterate you. And
Well, you know what? And then what's great is
so they should.
but when you're not bullshitting, and they go, oh, hang on, and that's actually a really big deal. And
We were at a particular school, I won't say which one, and it was incredibly high needs. There was a young child from a different country who was who'd been through an incredible amount of trauma, and this particular child had 2 carers, full-time carers at all time. Quite challenged,
yeah,
and would not engage with people. And when Gina we did a sound check for the school, and Gina was sitting down on the ground, cross-legged, doing some paper, signing a few things. This little boy came up to Gina, sat in her
space,
on her lap, and went to sleep. And the teachers couldn't believe what they were seeing. They could not believe that this kid who does not engage, and every single day I play shows with Gina, I'm constantly reinforced as I'm working with something, with someone, and something.
I'm not surprised.
That is actually be like the dog whistle.
Yeah,
we can't hear it,
they can,
and we never could hear it.
Yeah,
but when science caught up, they go, oh look, there's a
yeah.
frequency there.
Yeah,
but it's always been there. We've just caught up with it.
Well, it's the same as vision.
Yeah,
we can only see certain frequencies.
Yeah.
I'm going to butt in a little bit.
Yeah.
I and Simone as well. Like we met Gina, and it's clear that she's a queen. She's special. She's giving. She's strong. She's sensitive. She's powerful. She's assertive. And she's special. And you don't, I mean, anybody that meets her knows that in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And for a kid like that, what you're talking about, that would just be like an oasis for her, for him to see her just sitting down. He just would just go.
Yeah, but I'm into the.
It's unbelievable.
But musically, I'm being serious. Musically,
Yeah.
I try to go. What's going on here, and how can we through music punctuate this and grow this?
You back her.
What? Yeah, but what's going on here and why? And that's really important to me. It's got nothing to do with actually the guitar. It's about.
This is your trip, and it's your trip to understand, and eventually, hopefully, be able to explain it to other people.
We don't play a show anymore where there's not a good quarter of the audience in tears, and we're singing a language they don't understand.
Well, you can feel it.
But it's interesting. So we just did Port Fairy. I think we did the we were just before Billy Bragg, so there was about 4,000 people in the audience. It was crazy, and it was just myself, Gina, and Russell on piano, and Gina chases rabbits. Like we have a set list, and that goes out the window because she'll feel something.
Yeah, go there.
Well, the danger of that is that if she chooses a song from a back catalogue, which I haven't rehearsed, then I'm in a definitely
less is more.
So I have to constantly keep up with stuff. But the people when she was playing and singing this, they were going with her. And it's like when you got these screens and they're filming you, and you got you on stage and and a screen down the back.
Terrifying.
So you lose that intimacy. But they were all tuned in, and it was interesting that people was just crying. And we did a show with Archie, and this is interesting, and this is really really important, which reinforces why I play music, and it really is important to me. We played with Archie. We did the opening spot. This is in Newcastle. And there were these bikers out the front, and they were quite intimidating. And I thought, what they're doing there. And one bloke, the leader of the guys, came up to me, and I thought, oh shit, what have I done? And I got all a bit defensive. And he came up to me, and he goes, mate, I like your guitar playing. It was really nice. And I thought, oh jeez, okay, well thank you.
He was listening.
He was actually listening to the crowd. And then Gina came from behind me because she was nervous and she's scared of this big guy. He looked like Chopper Reed, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
And he goes, and you? He started crying. He actually melted. All his mates were going, yeah, come on, mate, come on, And it's like he actually broke down.
Yeah.
And that I just thought, I have a responsibility with the music here.
I can maybe shine a light on that a little bit, because sometimes when I come home, I can't remember what the last gig was, but sometimes I come home from a gig and I'm a little bit pissed, whatever, and I'll come home and the house will be quiet, and I'll go and I'll start listening to Greek music, music that reminds me of my grandparents or reminds me of when I'm little, and I'll become very emotional because I can't understand what they're saying.
Remember, he said culture was lost. It's not lost.
Yeah, but I'm going, why can't I understand what they're saying? And I feel the melody, and I feel the music, and I feel it all, and I know that I because I remember it from when I was a kid. But it's almost, I feel, I don't know. There's a sadness that I don't know what they're talking about.
But you feel it.
I feel it, and that's what makes it even more.
And that's from your family from all over from Greece?
Yeah, because our old records and Siesmania, Gidiaki, and all these. I mean, Georgie, he's watching now. There's these songs that I know the titles, but I can understand some of the words, but I just feel this kind of sadness that I don't actually know what they're talking about, even though I'm so close to understanding.
Now you know.
And maybe that's kind of what's going on.
And that's why we do what we do, because it's so we're on the land where people have a 50,000-60,000 year connection. You can imagine how they feel.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I kind of get it.
It's really important that that you know, and you know, and I grew up in the Kimberley. I grew up living on communities, and I've not met any mob from out the bush who care for anything else except wanting to share what they have with you. They don't care about, you know, if you hear people talking about the complexities that get political, the mob that I grew up with don't get involved with all that. They don't care. All they want to do is go,
Language,
I caught
music, stories.
I caught this fish
Blue bone.
and I want to share it with you. I want to share. I want to see. I want to feel that.
Yeah.
You know, screw everything else.
I'm not saying I'm fully. What I'm saying, I suppose, is we, Simone and I, and our cousins, we're like teleported out of our culture into here, and we've just got these skerricks that we have to try to piece together. And sometimes I just sit there, mate, and the other night, it was a couple of months ago, and I was kind of, I don't want to say weeping, but I kind of was listening to this Greek music, and like, what's wrong with him? You know, he's just come back from a rock and roll gig. It was a full house. He's made a bit of money. Everyone had a great night. And he comes home and listens to some traditional Greek music, and he's fucking weeping in the back thing. And it's because there's a kind of sense of loss. Yeah. You know, and a sense at the same time that I've got one little fingernail attached to it. I don't want to let it go. You know?
Yeah, and it's interesting for the musicians out there, you know, and what you're saying is, I mean, like, when we're playing this instrument, you know, some days you're playing like dirt, and some days you're playing great, and it's got nothing to do with the guitar.
Yes,
this is just a piece of wood with some strings and bits and pieces.
That's what's going on.
It's the ultimate connection to you.
The thing
sometimes it's the most painful thing on the planet.
Sometimes you just want to just try it, you know.
You know, and why I'm saying that is because, you know, when we're doing the stuff with the kids and doing stuff with you're talking about.
Yeah, it's such important work.
All we're trying to do is connect.
It's such important work. I mean, one of the things about these bouzouki players is the madness. Like,
there was a guy in Perth.
Bellani, no.
There was a guy called Paul Zanula.
Paul
Zanula.
He used to play with a Fender Twin and a bouzouki.
Man, I got my right hand. He taught me how to just sit and work this right hand thing, you know. Yeah, he was incredible.
There's him, Paul and Bellani. No, they still all the ways that.
Paul Zanula was incredible.
So how are we going? Is everyone? Hey, by the way, just want to say, is everyone having a good time? We haven't been. Guy and I haven't actually been watching.
Hey, Winnie, she's watching.
Oh man, she's watching. All right, so maybe let's have a little jam, and then we might get our little sister. Little sister, won't you please, please? And Guy, it's been so great. I mean, we could talk for forever.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about our dad's era too, because I grew up as a kid and your dad.
You know what would be the best? Is to have your dad and my dad and you and me.
Let's do it.
And Simone be the compare.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You know, my dad's still cheeky as all heck, and so is your dad.
I know.
So,
look, and you're still fit.
You're
you're a moose. Look at you. You're fucking a moose, mate.
My back goes out more than I do, Mick.
No, but as long as you can keep getting up. As long as it's just actually standing up. No, it still doesn't cover. As long as you can walk. I mean, you know. All right, can I just stop while I'm ahead and you just start playing something? So Guy, you know, you're always welcome anytime you're in town. I know that you're off and I'm just so, you know, I'm so happy for you. And when I say I'm proud of you, that's not in any way condescending. It's like, I'm just so proud to know you and to have known you for this long and to see you just kicking goals and
same with you.
You know, just you know, but
it's an
awesome,
it's an interesting thing. It's I don't know how to do anything else. Mick could be like, would you like chili with those? Would you like chili with those noodles? I mean, like, what else am I going to do?
I say the same thing. Well, you know, I said, well, what do I start doing? I started teaching and the squeaky door woman. Oh, Simone will talk about later. I've started teaching. We're doing some of these guitar workshop things, which has been actually so surprisingly rewarding. Because I didn't realise how much people got out of them.
Because the guitar spa thing, I mean, what a great idea.
Well, yeah, it was actually Stewie's idea. And
Great idea.
Mate of mine, he said, why don't you do this thing? I said, he's going to want to come to that. Anyway, it was unbelievable. It was just such a great time.
I used to participate in a whole bunch of them, travelling or going to
it's
guitar
just great.
workshops and a weekend away overseas, or I did some songwriting workshops in Bali, and it was just immersion in, and you learn apart from yourself like the tutor, but someone who's like if you want to defrost a fish, you don't put it in hot water, you put it in room temperature water.
Yeah.
It defrosts quicker,
yeah.
So when you're working with people who are of the same level, you bounce off each other and you keep doing this thing.
Well,
as opposed to that,
What I found was this one was our first one, and we had 3 groups of 3 people, so 3 bands. Every one of them was different. Rose Parker was part of one. I actually sang in 2 of them, but just the fact that people know more than what they think they know, and so you just and a lot of people are very self-deprecating and self-defeatist, and sometimes you just kind of gotta. Everyone's different, so some people can say, "Hey, fucking snap out of it, mate." And other people go, you got to be a little bit more gentle, whatever.
I'm still the same.
But I really felt when it was all over and I was driving back with Stewie, it was a long drive, and I kind of thought, I think everybody got something out of that, and I really felt, I felt pretty cool about it. That
Do you get nervous still?
No.
You don't?
The only time, and this is what I've isolated nervousness at. Nervousness is when you're not sure if you're going to be good or not. And not being sure if you're going to be good or not means you haven't practiced enough. Right? So you haven't had enough gigs under your belt. So when you know the song and you played it well and you know that the other people in the band know, you don't get nervous, you enjoy it. But if it's a new song maybe and you haven't played it before, yeah, I might get a little bit nervous. But over the years, for years I used to smoke a lot of dope until I was about 35. I'm 51 now. So I used to shit myself every gig because I didn't want to talk, I'd be like this. Well, so I'll be nervous. But now I'm I drink a bit, but I'm clear-headed and I know what I'm doing. So I don't get nervous. So I can't wait to turn the standby on and go. But I think being nervous is natural when you're starting and when you don't have experience because you're not sure if it's going to come, you're not sure if it's going to work.
It's funny, before walking onto stage and is a big audience, and I always have that anxiety. I still suffer from it.
Right.
I play the first chord. There it is.
You know what you do before? Before you go on stage, play that chord.
Yeah, but I play some, but I play it through my rig and I get the sound.
The first call from Blackbird.
It is, but being
How's my ear?
nervous is not bad. Nervous. To be excited about playing we're playing a big gig on the weekend. I'm going to be really excited and I can't wait and da. But am I going to be cripplingly nervous? And oh my God, are they going to like
I've
me?
got a gig coming up in a couple of weeks with a guitar roundtable with some pretty phenomenal players, the people I used to watch as a kid. And as a kid, you sort of don't have that conversation with yourself. What if you ever get to play in front of one of your idols? What are you going to play? You don't ever think about that, do you?
My dad. I'll give you an example.
BB King,
Buddy Guy.
So
after I've gone from our dressing room and I've gone to Buddy Guy's dressing room and knocked on the door, Mr. Guy signed my thing and Buddy Guy sitting there with a Nike tracksuit on, do you want to connect? I've told this story before. But after all that and Buddy signed my guitar and I talked with him and it's just me in the dressing room, the support band, and I'm just shitting myself. And I'm like, maybe should I do this song? What song should I do? Have I got the right set list? And Dad comes in, he goes, "How you going?" I go, "Oh, Dad, I don't know. Jeez, he goes, what do you think? You're going to do something new?" I don't know, what do you mean? He goes, "Just do what you do, and if they hate you, at least let them hate you for what you do. Don't try something fucking new now." Right? And I went, and then the penny dropped, and I just went, right, I just went, "They're my best songs." We went out there, we played it, and we killed it.
So when Billy and the kid were playing in Brome, and Mick left Brome, Basil asked me to play guitar. I thought, what? After Mick? No.
He would have loved it.
And he goes, okay. I said, so Baz, he goes, can we have a couple of rehearsals? He goes, no. I said, Basil, please.
No.
A couple of songs.
No.
He goes, I'll just tell you the key, and don't do too much. and he'll be yelling at me while I'm playing. He goes, take it easy, slow it down.
He wouldn't want to rehearse because then you would go, hang on, we rehearsed it that way.
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
No, he just said, and he was right. It was like, hang on, you've been playing, I was probably 25 or whatever then, whatever. And he says, hang on, you've been playing for 10 years or whatever. Why all of a sudden you thinking, oh, maybe I should do something I've never done before?
Yeah.
He said, you got the gig because people thought you were good enough to get the gig.
Yeah.
Why, you know, do your best 5, 6 songs, you know.
Yeah.
You lost your mind, kid.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely right. And so we've got half an hour to play this week. It's not before.
What's the gig?
Oh, it's a blues fest, and which I'm really proud that we're playing at it, and the Doobie Brothers the headline, and
okay, geez. Blues fest. Oh yeah, so you got the gig, yes. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Great,
We're playing at 5:30, and we play half an hour, so it's probably 4, 5, 6 songs, and you know. And you know we've copped
you and Lee and Rick.
And Rick, yeah, and you know some people are like, they're not a blues band, whatever. Who actually writes that shit? But anyway, so we're gonna play our best 6 songs.
Yeah, I think the saddest thing with festivals is they've got these titles, these names, like Blues Fest, and people think, you know, those people who are so prescriptive think you don't fit into it.
Well, it's actually Blues Roots and Beyond.
Yeah,
But I mean, okay, if you don't like the lineup, just shut up.
Yeah, go home.
Don't go.
Go home and have a slap.
The fact that the Doobie Brothers and whoever the other big bands are, I can't remember who they are, but the fact that anybody's coming here is mint, and a few local bands have got a bit of a leg up, and
those that go and get it, there's an old saying in Birmingham, book 'em up.
Bunzo.
Yeah, Boombazol.
Boombazol.
Gina's watching. I know she's watching. She'll be laughing.
Well, I really don't understand why people shit can lineups. Anyway, but the fact that by the way, Simone likes to get up now. Banaklases is a Greek word meaning that you've gone for too much.
Yeah.
You've shat your pants. So Simone,
Yes?
mate, we can't wait all night. But you're
I've been waiting patiently.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
Well, actually, it hasn't been hard because I've been following the show, so I don't need to. I actually don't need to come on tonight.
Oh, please.
Why don't you do a Punch and Judy from behind the thing?
And that wasn't small violin, that was actually the truth. I don't actually need to come on tonight.
That was the smallest violin I've ever seen in my life. Oh, you're gonna knock down the back door? Oh!
Get out,
Ladies
I'm
and-
here, finally!
It's Dickie Knee. Remember Dickie Knee? You came up from...
Well, you got a book.
Well,
You got a
I didn't.
book.
I actually felt like I shouldn't interrupt this amazing chat.
That's what we were thinking.
I was kind of ready to not come on tonight.
Come on,
because
Judith.
What an awesome. My face, Michael. It was such an awesome, beautiful, serious, lovely podcast
Could
for
have
a
gone on,
change.
but
Which could go on for hours. And
next time we'll get.
don't touch my face.
I want
The,
just touching your hair. No,
G'day, guys.
guys,
I'm
gonna
gonna-
just say something.
Can I have 5 seconds of really serious?
Yes.
Mick did a cover of James Taylor's
Fire Rain.
Fire and Rain. It blew my mind. That was when I really realised that, okay, wow. And you did a gig with Gerard, and it was called it was a Gerard Monique.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And you
there's
had
only
a
one
band called The
Gerard.
Blue Thing.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in the blue
No,
thing.
no, it wasn't. Were you up in Broome? You did a show. It was.
Oh,
There ain't no way. When you
oh,
guys
that's
played,
Gerard's song.
That's
Yeah, it's called
Gerard's
There Is No Way.
there was no way. When you guys played,
Yeah.
There's no way.
yeah.
Actually, we may have done a gig with Gerard and the blue thing.
Yeah,
That might
there
have
was
been a
Tony
one-off.
Borthwick on-
Should I go back?
Tony, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so-
no, hang on. Oh.
Please stay.
There is no way. There is no way. There is no way to get through to you. There is no way. There is no way. No way to get through to you. To you.
Great song.
Why do we get Gerard on with
Man.
you and me?
I used to like
Oh,
bow to that guy.
no.
Oh, good night,
no.
Whitey. Thanks for joining. I
Hey.
just got here.
Wait, Whitey, mate.
Everyone's goodbye, guys. Good night.
Hang on, we're getting more people.
Good
Let's
night,
go.
everybody's
No,
going,
Whitey,
Nana.
mate, Whitey was...
Love you, Whitey.
Man, it was so cool to hang out with Whitey and...
Why-
What's Tonestone?
is
it's
that
all
Eric?
right, that lady, yeah. So, g'day, guys. What an awesome podcast it's been. I've just literally been sitting behind the screen in awe of these two, as I'm sure you guys have been. It's just been beautiful listening to you guys chat. And yeah, really personal in terms of culture and
Well,
stuff. Like I was...
No, I said to you before, like, Guy and I,
Uh-uh.
we don't have to... We're brothers. I don't have to see Guy for 10 years.
Oh,
And
totally.
we just...
But the
bang.
cultural chat I so
Oh, yeah,
resonate
yeah,
with and
yeah.
so understand, and as a Greek woman, I actually had a chat
As a
with
Greek
one of a long story short, but the kids were having a chat and they've got a European friend whose other friend said something, gave them shit about being a wog. I know you're Australian. She goes, yeah, okay, I am, but I'm.
What the fuck is that?
And when we were kids, we used to describe ourselves as Australian-born Greeks. Do you remember that? Like, that was our thing. We were Australian-born Greeks. But my point to that is, we've always been proud Greeks and always, like, loved our culture.
But trying to actually just glean
Exactly.
some of it.
And
We
it wasn't until...
never really knew much of it.
And this is where I understand, when I landed in Greece, and that instant feeling I felt I'm home.
Yep.
That was like, I can't put that into words, that feeling, like,
Yeah.
because I literally burst into tears and went, I'm home the minute I landed on Greek soil.
We're going there
So-
next year.
I know, we're
I've never
going
been
there
there.
next. I know,
I've never
he's
been-
not
I've
been.
never
I've
been to
been.
Greece.
I'll carry your luggage for you.
Anyway, to that
Look,
end,
is it-
I love culture. I love all of us. I love what we all bring, and it's
Can
quite.
I tell a joke? It's incredible. No, but this is quite funny. So as long as you've got a
I
sense of
don't know
humour.
if it
No, it is.
is
So,
it PC.
so what's the
Is it racially PC?
I'm just gonna fucking say it.
God,
So
guys, I
what's the
apologise in advance.
what's the definition of a Greek?
Oh.
A Turk impersonating an Italian.
See, we can laugh at that. Right,
That's perfect.
guys,
Get it.
what an incredible show. I've got a little bit of housekeeping to get through.
Right. What do you mean?
So, I'm just going to talk about gigs for a second. So, on Saturday, obviously, we've talked about the Blues Fest. Vdelli are playing at 5:30 on stage 3. So make sure if you got your tickets, be at the stage.
Yeah.
We're not selling merch, but we're going to hand out business cards. I think I went through it last week. while
No,
we're
they
not
want
selling
too
merch.
much.
So we don't put it up. We don't want you guys to pay too much for our merch.
Well,
So
what they cut is more than what our profit
it's
is.
totally true, George. You're absolutely right. Night, Stewie. So
Night, Stewie.
1st of April, Saturday,
Oh,
Blues
Stewie's
Fest.
not going. Say goodnight.
Oh no, why? G'day, Stewie.
Stewie's up.
Say that,
Stewie's up for long.
Hello.
So then we've got next the weekend
That
following.
minute.
The weekend following that, we've got Easter, so we'll be doing the Easter podcast.
Do we have Greek Easter?
We're in Melbourne.
But is it the same as other
No.
people? See, Greek Easter,
It's
it's the moon. Finger. What? So, like the Catholic, it's different.
And you reckon you guys do it tough? Like,
Lapathon.
So
to walk past Hannibal's with a candle as a 12-year-old.
So next week is no gigs, but it's Easter, and we're doing an Easter podcast on Thursday night. It's also my beautiful husband's 45th birthday. I know he's younger than me, everybody. Go me. Christos Anesti, alright?
Simone, you're a cradle snatcher.
I know.
Oh.
Well, go hit him, is what I'll say.
Happy birthday. That's very Greek of you.
And the following weekend, we're going to be in Melbourne doing business meetings and setting up a Vdelli Eastern States tour. So that's very exciting. Then the following week, we're at the Charles on the 22nd of April, and that podcast on the Thursday, the 20th, we're going to have Gabby and Joe from Red House who are supporting Vdelli at the Charles. So really excited to have Gabby and Joe on the podcast on Thursday the 20th. I'm just got to get through my housekeeping, guys, because it's kind of my job. Now, we do want the most exciting news of tonight for me. Well, other than these guys, well, in terms of my
hair's quite a... I'll go for a silver
We
fox.
have booked Guitar Spa number 2.
Oh, yeah, we
the
have.
winter retreat. It is going from July the 18th, 19th to July the 23rd at Myluck Pines. We're about to...
Hang on, wait. The people that asked if they could get
they're getting first.
Yeah, there's
What's
probably...
the dates?
The 19th to the 23rd
There's
of July.
about 8 people that asked if they could get
Now,
first
we
gigs.
did 9 last time. We're looking at possibly taking up to 12 people just because the first one...
Johnny.
It just went so well. We're so proud.
No. And I know what we can do now.
Yeah, we've worked out the pros and cons, and we've done a what is it called when you have a meeting when you do?
Oh, when you debrief.
Are you free?
No, I'm just showing me. It's the dates.
Yeah, so
well, you're not free, but we
so-
are.
I want to go.
Oh,
I
well,
want to come.
so
to you.
I
Guy.
don't think you need the guitar spa. Anyway, guys, so if any of you or your friends are interested, we are literally opening up the sales doors tomorrow.
No, tomorrow goes to the people that asked for an opportunity,
Okay.
and then the next day we're going to open it up.
Yep. So it's going to be at Myluck, which is only an hour and a bit away, so it's a little bit closer.
Oh, it's a lot closer.
We've worked out the pros and cons.
I think you should have a chiming.
You know what? I've only got 5 minutes on the show tonight, so I'm trying to fit it all in.
You got as long as you like.
So thank you so much. I wish we could. What if we play the video? Will it crash?
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
That's why we're going live, baby.
So
This is.
even down to no costumes tonight. We're down to the.
Hey, what do you think I'm wearing? This is real life.
So thank you to all of our Guitar Spa number 1 crew who
they
made
were
it possible to have a Guitar Spa number
best.
2. We are so
Unreal.
thankful to all of you for your support, your positive feedback, your energy, all of that. So we're stoked. So the winter retreat is happening. So look out, and if you want to come back. If you've got mates who want to come, admin@vdelli.com.au, email me or book you in. Oh my God. Right. Hang on. Oh, I want to tell everybody something that it won't care. I don't care that no one will care about this, but my dad found, did I tell them last week? Can't remember. The 45 of Make It Break It with not a scratch
You
on
told
it.
everyone for the last 4 weeks.
I'm excited about that.
Question?
Right, so we're going to give 2 tickets. Where's Deanne tonight? Actually,
Well, she's probably behaving herself.
I haven't seen Deanne tonight.
She might have
We're giving away 2 free passes to the Charles gig on the 22nd.
2 guest passes.
2 guest passes. Double pass to the Charles gig on the 22nd of April.
Can I ask a question?
Michael is going to ask a question.
Who is Guy's partner in crime in the duo Desert Child? You have 1 minute to comply.
Whilst you guys are Googling that, I just wanted to also, on the back of the guitar spa, I'm looking at doing guitar spas in remote communities within Australia to pass it on to all the Indigenous kids or just kids in remote communities.
Well, Guy can do that.
Who can help us, or we can help them learn how to play, produce, record, and walk away with CD. So
you can fucking Friday night in San Francisco.
So we are looking at George, wrong answer. I think this is too hard a question, but no, George, that's wrong. So we're really excited about the guitar spa because we truly believe we can give so much back to the community, and to be able to give to the remote communities within WA would be awesome. So if you guys know any remote communities or have mates in remote communities, we're coming. Vdelli's are coming.
And also
we're doing 1 day workshops.
No, the workshop.
Gina Reinhardt. No, Eric.
No, not Gina
Eric,
Reinhardt.
you got it wrong.
But if you get Gina to sponsor something, we're into it. However, we're going to do the Dog Hill Blues workshop, which is going to be at Dog Hill.
2 days, 1 night. Anyway, look, watch the space for all the different workshops and retreats. We're actually looking at doing different wineries. Look, it's going to go off. So
no, it's going
off.
off. There's a lot going
and
off.
Thank you so much to all of the people that have contacted us and supported us. Because the guitar spas are incredible, and anyone who's worked with Michael will know that it's a joy to work with him, and you learn so much, and he's so giving of his talent and what he's learned over the years. So thank you all to those that have supported us. And on that note, I think we're bidding you all good night until
Who said Damien correct?
Yes, Eric,
but
you
you're
won.
in Queensland, Eric.
You can give your tickets to anyone.
You can give your tickets to someone else. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
I wasn't going to sing that, but you can do it.
Well, that's what you guys are playing.
Yeah. Go on.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime he goes away. Hey, I know.
I know.
I don't.
I know. I'm reading the things.
I'm gonna leave my baby alone.
Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Oh, I thought we were doing the Thrill Is Gone.
Ain't no sunshine when Simone is gone.
Yeah, darkness when I'm away. Ain't no sunshine when I'm gone, but I'm always gone too long. Everybody knows when I'm away. Hey.
Come on, guy.
I know. Don't leave me way too long. Ain't no sunshine when I'm gone. Hey.
Just like we rehearsed it.
Right, who are we giving the tickets to? Because Eric won them and no one else has answered. So let's just... Should we put them up for next week? We've still got another week.
Let's call Smothering Someone Solo.
thriller's gone. Thriller's gone away. Come on, baby.
Hey, what the fuck are you? You're in a James just chiming. Chime! If you're going to chime,
I was just...
That was good. Keep
chiming.
going.
I'm worried about tickets. I was just charming.
Ain't no sunshine.
No, I thought you were doing Thriller's gone.
Simone is gone.
Simone's gone. It's gone
Simone
away.
is gone.
I've gone away.
Simone is gone. And she's gone too long.
Anytime I thank everybody when she goes away. Yeah.
Come on, guy, give us something.
Come on, guys. Oh, hey.
Gotcha.
Oh, the thrill's gone. Yeah. Thrill's gone. Oh, thrill's gone. Anytime she goes away. Mash up. Did you say that? Didn't know that mash.
You're insane.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Guy Gee, a very, very special guest.
Guy, you're...
Amazing podcast.
Thank you.
I love you.
love
I just
you.
stabbed you in the neck. Sorry.
Yes, mate. I love it.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
We've got no outro, we've got
What
no
an incredible
intro.
podcast. Look forward to seeing you same time, same place next week for our Easter special. Don't forget to check out the Guitar Spa Winter Retreat when it opens. Don't forget to catch everybody's gigs. Love you all. And we're just going to sit and jam and turn the thing off and
That's
sing,
it, thing
play and
off.
sing.
Hey, by the
Love
way,
you. Thank
hey,
you.
just say if you're still here, please like,
Share
and share. And if you write
and
more than
subscribe.
if you write more than 4 words in the comments, it goes to like 10,000 more people. So go, that wasn't bad, or you guys are shit, or whatever. If you write 4 words in the comments,
Thanks,
and
Georgie. Thanks, Jules.
thanks, Georgie. You guys are the best.
Thank
we
you
love
to
you.
our hardcore fans.
Thanks, Guy.
Love you.
And
Thanks,
Gina, we love you, and
love
all,
you, Gina.
all,
I'll miss
all
you
the best.
tonight.
All the best
So
on your,
proud of you guys.
travels, and we'll see you on your next pit stop.
Yay.
Matt West,
Congrats,
rock and roll,
Matt.
brother, and we'll get a report from you.
Good night, guys. Thank you to
We
our
love
live
you all.
chatters. You're amazing.
You're
love
the
you.
best.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
End.
End.